reflections on the weekend, really. How did you find another way to win? Your thoughts on Everton's penalty shout and the impact that had, and also your little tangle with Richarlison as well. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought it was a tough game. Derby, we knew Derby was always going to be tough. Fighting for the lives. Obviously, we're fighting for the title, so yeah, it was going to be a big game. And yeah, there was a few tasty moments in there, of course, but that's what derbies are about, you know. And I think they made it very difficult for us first half. We couldn't find the spaces, we couldn't break them down. But as the game went on, I think it opened up a bit more. Thankfully, got the goal, and then it was pretty comfortable. To be fair, they had a couple of half decent chances, but yeah, overall, I think we deserved the win. And the lads that come on, Luis and Dave, made a huge impact from the bench.
As you say, you're fighting for so much still this season. Going back to 2016, though, you were an unused substitute in the final of the Europa League. Obviously, Unai Emery, the manager of Sevilla at the time. What part do you think that night played in getting you and Liverpool to the place where you are now?
Well, actually, that night always sticks out to us. I always remember it just because I can remember after the game going back to the hotel. Obviously, all the lads are disappointed, and you know, you just want to sort of go back to your room, not see anybody, just get your head down. But the gaffer was a bit different to what you would expect. You know, you had everybody downstairs together in the bar area, and just sort of had spent the night together, because I felt as though he knew that this was the beginning and the start of something special to come. You know, as a player, it's very difficult to think that then, when you've just lost the final. But I always felt he was very different to what I've ever seen before, and that night always sticks out in my mind. He sort of knew what was coming in the next few years, and I feel as though he's produced that, and he's proven that was the beginning of something special.
Alberto Moreno was obviously a part of that as well. I don't suppose you've heard from him, but I don't suppose you necessarily need to hear from him to know the test that you face, given what we saw in the previous round against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Alberto, always speak to him now and again, you know, not often, but now and again, definitely. And yeah, they're a very good team. I think you've seen that over the performances. Not only in the Champions League, some performances in the league, but the ones that stick out will probably be Juve and Bayern, which just shows the quality that they have. And they have a very experienced manager who's done a great job. So it'll be another really, really tough test, as any semi-final in the Champions League would be. And we need to be at 100% if we want to get anything from the game.
Thank you, Vinny. Juliet, and then we'll go on.
The one thing, Jordan, that Jürgen was saying before he left was how it would mean everything to reach another Champions League final, but also how you've got to be on top of the game tomorrow night, but the supporters have got to be on top of it as well and try and recreate a sort of second leg atmosphere, but obviously in the first match at home. Yes,
Anfield's always special. European nights at Anfield are always incredible, but yes, hopefully that's the case again tomorrow night, which I'm sure it will be. But we need to perform to the levels we're capable of to get the crowd on them levels as well. You know, it's a two-way thing, but yeah, the crowd I'm sure will be there, and we need to make sure we're there as well, which I'm sure we will be.
And one of the things that Virgil van Dijk spoke about before the match against Benfica was how the things that are going on at this club should not be taken for granted. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that, with what he was sort of saying and the things that are going on?
Well, I can't speak for Virgil.
But your own thoughts then with what is happening right now?
Yeah, it's very special. You know, I think what we've achieved so far as a team over the last few years. Last year was very difficult, but how we've reacted and come back from that, I think, is very special in itself, and how we've performed for the majority of this season is very special. But there's still a long way to go, you know, until the end of the season, the games that we've got left. I know how quickly football can change, and people will talk about all the things that we can win, but we know with a couple of bad games, it can all be over. So it's about keeping focus. It's about focusing on the next game, the next challenge, no matter what competition, giving absolutely everything, and then we'll see where we are come the end of the season.
Thanks, Juliet. Merseyside for one, then we'll go to Chris McKenna, I think Chris Bascom, and then I'll see how many more we've got. The BBC Merseyside first.
Thank you, Owen. Talking about the derby, just going back to the derby, Divock came on, made an impact. What's it say about him as a player when he's not getting many minutes on the pitch, but he can come on as a substitute and do that?
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant when he come on. I think his overall play, his goal, everything. Yeah, he does love a derby game, but great lad, you know. I'm sure he'll be frustrated in the amount of minutes that he's got, but when he has got minutes, he's made the most of them for sure, you know. And yeah, I think he's had 1 or 2 injuries as well, which hasn't helped. But fantastic lad, great to have around in the dressing room, and obviously great to have around for the team as well. And he came on and produced the goods the other day, and hopefully, yeah, over the next few weeks, he can have another big impact going forward.
Terrific. Right, we'll try and rattle through this. Chris McKenna, then actually Andy Hunter, because they're next to each other, and then we'll go further in the room. Chris.
Joel, how much of a motivation and is it to do something, because you can do something this season that no other team has ever done, like you can go down as legend forever. Is that motivating you every week when it is big game after big game?
The motivation for us is just winning, you know, and again that comes down to what I was just saying before. It's not thinking too far ahead, you know, thinking we want to win this and we want to win that. It's winning every game. You know, every game that we'll go into, we want to win, no matter who it's against, no matter what competition it is. And yeah, you've got to just focus on that. You know, there's always going to be so many different challenges throughout the season and throughout games, but it's about keeping the focus, you know, and not getting carried away, and giving absolutely everything. I know it's boring, but giving absolutely everything every time we set foot on the pitch. And to be fair, the lads have done that all season, and that's what we need to carry on to do over the next few weeks. A big few weeks coming up. Tomorrow night is a massive game, massive night at Anfield. So hopefully we can keep doing what we've been doing and perform to the levels we're capable of. And if we do that, then we give ourselves a good chance of winning games.
Andy?
Well, Jordan, it's your 3rd Champions League semi-final in 5 seasons. Are you still able to take an occasion like this in your stride? And do you think that experience could be a telling factor over the 2 legs, no matter what tomorrow night's result is?
I think over the past few years, we've gained experience as a squad and as individuals, yes, and I think that can help going forward for sure. You can use them experience in the games that we've played in before in Europe, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You know, it's always special to play in semi-finals, especially in Champions League. It's always special to play at Anfield. That'll never change. So it's about using that experience in the right way, but everyone will be just as much as excited for tomorrow as they were for the first one, and it's another big opportunity for us as a team to put a marker down in the first leg. We need to perform in the second leg, and hopefully reach the final of the Champions League.
Okay. Chris, what did you say? Yes, Chris Basson.
The last few games, City, United, it must feel as though you're trying to crest the wave here. I mean, at the level, do you feel within yourself the level has just gone up again? Maybe even recently. I mean, I know we spoke before the cup final, we said that you're a better team in the Champions League, but proof has been, not even since then.
Yeah, I think the lads have, again, we keep improving as a squad, we keep learning, and the biggest thing is the mentality for me. The desire to win has always been there, is always there at every single game. The desire to win is massive, and we know that if we give absolutely everything, no matter what competition, then we'll give ourselves a good chance of winning. And the minute that you're not quite on it, then you're going to get punished, especially at this level. So yes, a big few weeks coming up, but we need to use everybody, use the whole squad as we have been, keep that mentality and that focus that we've had, because every game is a huge game from now to the end of the season.
Okay. Dominic, and then we will take one from Carl to finish, and we have to wrap it there. Dom.
Talk about occasions. The manager said something before about peak players go through the lives, and managers go through the lives with not even having the chance to play in the Champions League final. You've potentially got the opportunity to play in the third if all goes well. But it's you know, you beat. What I'm trying to say is you beat Barcelona, you needed a massive performance against Barcelona to get through to the last one. Are you going to need a similar performance this time?
100%. 100%. We invested obviously everything into the semi-final against Barcelona, both away and home. And we got our rewards in the end, but it wasn't easy. It was tough. We had to invest absolutely everything. And again, that applies tomorrow and the away leg for sure. Very, very difficult team, very good players. And then this semi-final of the Champions League, you know, they're going to be in a good moment. It's always going to be difficult. So yes, we need to be at our very, very best, and that only gives us a chance of winning, really. So yeah, we'll do our job on the pitch, and hopefully that's enough to get us into the final.
Okay, thanks everyone. Final question from Carl Markham, and then we'll wrap it.
So I'm just going back to that Europa League final night in the hotel bar. And you said you knew that you felt that Jurgen knew this would start something special. Did you share that belief then? And could you see what he could see at that point?
I know, because we just lost the final. So it was more difficult, that's what I'm saying. It was more difficult for us as players to see past that night, at that moment, because you're so devastated that you've just lost the European final. But that's why it stuck out, because the manager was different. I felt as though the mentality was different. Yes, he was disappointed, of course, but I felt as though he knew it was the start. And I think that confidence then transcends to the players. And yes, then the next day you're still disappointed, but as days go on, you sort of try and use that as motivation to be better, and try to get to another European final, try to improve as a team, trying to be successful going forward. And like I said, that day always sticks out for us, for sure. And it's been pretty eventful since then, so hopefully we can carry on going in the right way. And tomorrow's another big night to take that step in the right direction.
Just quick, when did you feel it then? Obviously you were disappointed by the final, so you couldn't see it then. And as the days went past, you saw that subsided. When was the moment when you thought, yeah, we're at the start of something special? I know what the manager's seeing and saying.
I felt as though there was something special as soon as the manager come in, to be honest. Well, I think everybody did. You know, the whole lift he gave the club, the team, the players, everybody really. You felt it then. But it's difficult when you lose a European final, you know, you're so focused on that night because you've been so close. And I felt as though the manager had a very good way of seeing the bigger picture and using that experience to our benefit going forward.
Thank you, everybody. See most of you tomorrow, if not later, at the training session. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers. This way.